We are here live on location following a not guilty verdict in a Hendricks County murder case against Jeremy Perez. We are here with Jeremy's lawyer and getting her thoughts on how the state got it all wrong. Your client was found not guilty. Do you think there was a mistake in charging him to begin with?
I do. I think there was absolutely a mistake in charging him to begin with. I think this case was a clear example of an investigation by the police that from the outset was based on a lot of assumptions. There were assumptions made based on social media evidence and gossip, and I think they got it wrong. And clearly the jury agreed with me based on the not guilty verdict.
Your client has been in custody since this case was filed. How does a person pick up the pieces of their life after being found not guilty?
I think that's a great question. You know, this client in particular was in custody for over a year and a half. And so that's a year and a half of his life that has been completely lost that he doesn't get back. And I think this highlights an issue within our justice system, which is in some situations, you do not have an automatic right to bail. So for example, in the state of Indiana, a person charged with murder does not have an automatic right to bail. That means they stay in jail until they are found not guilty. And in a system that's based on innocent until proven guilty, I think that's really flawed, because now this young man has to go out into the world after being deemed completely innocent and figure out how to pick up the pieces of a life that he's missed for a year and a half.
There has been a lot of media coverage on this case since it was filed, but nothing since he was found not guilty. Why do you think it is that Ktctv is the only station covering this case?
Well, I think that highlights another issue with our criminal justice system in America. A lot of times a person is charged with a crime and there's a ton of media coverage covering that case. You see news story after news story, update after update, and then they go to trial and they are acquitted or found not guilty and there's no follow-up coverage at all. For example, this young man was found not guilty over 72 hours ago and not one station has reported that. And that information, those news stories, it's out there in the world for the rest of their lives, where anyone who searches their name can find that information. Anyone just doing any search on other matters related to that case may find that information with no follow-up story that they were actually determined to be not guilty and walk around today as a completely innocent person. And so that's another reason why I really appreciate Ktctv, because it provides great legal education on important topics and current events, and also now non-biased reporting.
Thank you.
Thank you.